Osio, what's up, beautiful souls? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mamina. You can call me Mina for short, or Divine Star Seed. This is another Mystics collaboration. This time the theme is for October, and it is trick or treat. We each may have a different way that we're going to channel for this theme, but the way that I was moved to channel it, trick is going to focus on what type of corrupted energy is taking place around you, or what things might be giving the illusion of being good, but it's actually kind of tricky and you might want to just watch out for it. Be aware. It's all about awareness. And then treat is going to focus on the reward. It's going to focus on some good things coming in here. Be mindful that all readings can contain some triggers, especially when it comes to channeling. Sometimes in fact, most of the time, very specific things come out. It is a collective message, so only take what resonates to and for you. I'm going to run the names of the collaborators on the screen. Their links are in the description, so do follow them, see what they got in store for you, and don't feel like you have to choose the same pile. Some of us do 3 piles, some of us do 4 piles, so just go on your intuition. Make sure that you're aligned. So take a deep breath, and before you make your choice, I want you to inhale for the count of 4, hold it for the count of 4, and then slowly release it. Pause the video, do that as many times as you feel you have to until you are grounded and centered, and then you can make your decision between 1, 2, or 3, and I will see you at your pile. Good day, pile 1. You chose this gorgeous Organite and the Hocus Pocus Tarot. We're going to put the Hocus Pocus Tarot to the side. We'll get into that as far as the treat is concerned. We're actually going to use the Corrupt Tarot to get out the energy that could be creating some type of trickery. Now, keep in mind, this could have something to do with what's in your vibration or the vibrations around you. Before we do that, let's get into some dice. Okay, we're going to get into some dice, get you guys some numbers. Oh, we got one that fell. We have a straggler. Okay. The numbers that we have here are 4, 50, take that down to 5. We have 7, 6, another 5, and another 4. 8 could also be of significance. 10 could be of significance, and also 17. I'm hearing 17. So look them up as angel numbers. They could be life path numbers and synchronicities that you've seen. Just something to give you some direction during the course of this reading. I'm going to put that over there, darling. All right, let's get into what the trickery energy is. What trickery is afoot? Let's get that out the way. I keep hearing Roxanne for some reason. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Those days are over. I keep hearing that like over and over again. What corrupted energy or trickery is afoot for pile 1? We start off with the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. We got the Emperor. Ooh, and we got Justice. All right. Pile 1. There's an energy of, it's feeling like someone, or maybe you yourself, you've been holding out for a certain type of action to take place, or an event to take place. You've been finding yourself in this depleted state where it's like, when is it going to happen? How is it going to happen? I feel like there's more behind this than what meets the eye. So for example, let's say, you know, for career purposes, it was a promotion, or it was a gathering of some kind, meeting someone of importance. It hasn't happened yet, and you keep maybe being told that it would, or you keep sensing that it's supposed to, and since it hasn't quite went off the way it was meant, or how you felt it was meant to happen, you've been a bit down, as if, well, it's never going to come. I'm never going to really get there. I don't know why I'm wasting my time. There's a lot of imbalance here. I do feel like there's an energy around you that's making you, or rather I should say, is contributing to the way you feel. And one could easily mistake the energy for making, but it's hard for individuals or situations to really make you do anything unless you're giving them that power. And there is somebody who has a heavy effect on you. So if this was a workplace, I would say it's possibly like a supervisor, a boss, a manager. If it's a love connection, it's being with a person that tends to be very intimidating. Trigger warning, it doesn't have to necessarily mean that they are physically abusive, but perhaps they're overbearing. They don't like you to make too many moves on your own. This could also be a really controlling friend. It's somebody that sits in a position of power. Could be a father-like figure or an uncle. They have a vibration to them that's like, when I say to do something, that's when you do it. And you might have been trying to move from this person. Perhaps this individual promised you something and they keep procrastinating. They haven't kept their word. They're not being honest with you. There's disloyalty and distrust here. The heart is very heavy. It's bleeding, it's very heavy. So this could involve somebody with a stronger bond, like a loved one. But this person has made promise after promise that they couldn't seem to fulfill. All right, it's just like, okay, you said you were going to do that thing, you never did it. You said you were going to go there, you never went. But now it has you also dragging behind. Okay, now you find yourself not able to complete some of the tasks that you set out to do. You're having a hard time taking leadership yourself because of how intimidating this other energy is that's around you. If this was a spiritual vibration, which for some of you I feel that it is, it's yes, we have pentacles here and that can represent the tangible world, but there's some type of like heavy breathing. It's hard to exist in the same space as this energy. So this person has a vibrational effect on you, or this situation has a vibrational effect on you. Okay, I feel like somebody made a promise to you or gave a word. The justice energy is giving me this vibration of somebody saying, yeah, I'm gonna get right on that. I'll handle that paperwork for you, or I'll take care of it. Like, I'll handle it. And you left it in their hands. They did not handle it. They did not take care of it. And they're kind of intimidating. So I feel like when you confront them about this, it leads to confrontation. And you could be someone that likes to avoid confrontation, either because you know that your other side is not to play lightly with, or you might just be somebody who tends to be a bit more soft. You know, you don't really like arguing. You're not big on the whole yelling thing. You just like things to go smooth and keep it moving. I feel like this situation that's happening around you, it's trying, the silver lining in it, it's trying to give you a bit more of a backbone. It's trying to get you to stand true to your word. Just because somebody else is failing to do what they said they were going to do, failing to be committed, to come in and be truthful, doesn't mean that you have to mimic that or play the back and forth game with them. Even if it's a workspace, if that workspace is stifling you, it's time to move out of it. It's time to do what you need to do, get in the right vibration, get in the right energy to transition. This is the season of change. We're now in the autumn season. So a lot of things that aren't in alignment, that aren't balanced. You do have 2 4s here, right? You have 2 5s here, which equal the 10, completion. Change, completion, getting balanced, getting stable, right? Putting in the work, moving forward, a talent, a skill, being able to take those things somewhere else if they're not being appreciated where they are. And it doesn't matter if this is a friendship, family, lover, whatever this is, you're being shown what the problem is so that you can transition. It's something about playing blind. They keep making me look at her eyes, and I keep seeing this like it's like a person's trying to peek through a little tiny slot, but every time an energy walk passes them, they close their eye real quick. Sometimes you could be purposely trying not to see what's in front of you because you don't want to deal with the confrontation. You don't want to deal with the backlash. So it's like, I'm just going to act like I don't see that. It's none of my business. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But it does, because it's affecting your energy. Let's get into the treat of October, and don't worry, we're going to bring this all together. We're going to bring it full house. Regulars, you know how we do around here. But let's get into the rewards, which could very well, and I'm sure do, hold the solution for this energy here. Okay, what's the treat for pile 1? What's the treat? La la, how interesting. Treat. Give me one more. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. We have the Eight of Pumpkins. Now, pumpkins can be jack-o'-lanterns, I should say. Can also come in as protection energy. So that whatever has you feeling intimidated, whatever has you feeling kind of like nervous, or, ooh, I can't make that move because this person's going to do X, Y, Z. I feel like that's your guides letting you know, pause. Where there's a will, there's a way, and you're more protected here than you might realize you are. Next, we have Two of Potions. Okay. Then we also have the Hierophant. There's someone else, something else, a different situation that you can come into alignment with, that far more commitment, because again, there's something about lies, there's something about deceit, like an untrustworthy friend. I feel like it's a tighter bond than just a boss. So if this is a boss, it's like a boss that you've worked with for many years. So you kind of feel like you should know them more than how they're currently acting. It feels like they're acting out in some aspect. But there's a chance to come into a better alignment as the month of October moves through. Something that you can really commit yourself to. I do feel like you're going to have to change your thought process a bit here on some things, though. I do feel like you're going to have to change how your belief system works when it comes to, let's say, the idea of loyalty, like what loyalty may mean to you. Sometimes people actually have a corrupt idea of loyalty. They feel this energy of, oh, I'm depleted, I'm chained down. Yeah, I have this pentacle, but I really don't want to carry it. It's too heavy. But I'm carrying it because I have this commitment to the emperor, to this, again, if this is like a father figure, or it could be a mother figure that's very imposing, somebody who stifles your energy, and they do it in a very commanding, demanding way. Like, what I say goes. It's feeling like you have to stay loyal to that person, but they're not loyal to you. There's a lot of lying to self in order to create space for this individual, and it's making a situation that's out of balance. I'm hearing teacher. So this could be someone that was like a mentor to you, or a teacher, or they're in a position like that. And now Spirit is telling you this person is no longer where it's at, boo-boo. You got to move through it. It's time for you to take your talents elsewhere. You've got all these skills that you're working on, you're developing, but the only thing that's pausing it bearing any result, bearing any fruit, is this twisted, corrupted version of the Knight of Pentacles. It's the only thing that's keeping you from moving forward. And the Divine wants you to move forward. So there will be opportunities to really show your talents. There'll be opportunities to put yourself in more of a leadership, instead of leaving the leadership up to somebody else to dictate to you, if you understand what I'm channeling here for you. The Two of Potions, I feel like it's you coming in alignment with yourself, but it's also you making the right connections that this energy here is trying to block. I would also say be mindful that this controlling energy of the Emperor isn't yourself. Because you got to be real with yourself here. And this is a big collective I'm channeling right now. Some of you might be the person that's in that position of, I want things to go my way or the highway. Yes, it's a heavy burden, but success is burdensome, and you got to work hard, and and you might be finding yourself bossing people around or pushing people around in your life, and it's creating an imbalance. It's creating a disruption. You're not being truthful with yourself about what the problems are. Someone else isn't being truthful with you about how you make them feel, or vice versa. Take it how it resonates for you, right? There's a need for that to change, okay? The Hierophant isn't always about traditions that are just locked in stone and nobody ever improves. All traditions are created, and then they are made into a practice, into a ritual. Right now, I feel like the Hierophant is coming out as commitments. What do you really want to be committed to? Imbalance, lies, closing your eye, peeking out every now and then, closing it back, or actually moving forward into a better energy? The decision is yours, love. Let's get into the Halloween Oracle so that we can get some more insight. We have Strength You're stronger than you realize. You may not like a lot of confrontation. You might think to yourself that if you become confrontational, it'll create more of a problem. Confrontation isn't always about arguing, but it is about standing up for yourself. And if someone's bullying you, 'cause that's what this feels like, bullying, or if somebody's making you feel as if you can't be free, you've got a, you know, the part of the song in Roxanne where he says, the walking the street at night, it's not necessarily that I feel like somebody is doing that kind of work, but it's like a person making you feel like you always have to do something for them. You always have to be in motion. You can't sit still. Do what I say. Go where I say go. And even if this energy doesn't always come off super harsh when they do it, there's still this intimidating presence to them where it's like you don't want to fail them or let them down. So if it's for work, it's like you don't want to ruin that project. If it's for a parent, you don't want to disappoint. And you find yourself giving in moments when you shouldn't, in moments where you should show your strength and stand strong and properly defend yourself, and or show strength by walking away from it. Like, you know what? I don't need to be here. I can take my talents somewhere else. My talents give me a strong energy. I can move on with them somewhere else. I don't have to be in your presence. We have dawn, the light after the darkness. And we also have rejoice in the present. And look at that. Look at the autumn leaves. Autumn, the season of change. This being in a depressed energy, oh, my success is so heavy, or oh, it's taking so long to reach it. Whatever this, like, I gotta stay committed to this, but it's weighing me down, it's chaining me down. Oh my gosh, I can't move forward, but I gotta stay committed. You're being told you don't have to be in this energy. And strength isn't always about fighting. It's not always about trying to show how much muscle you have, for as a metaphor here. Sometimes strength is being able to walk away from something, letting go of something to move forward. Take time, especially as new partnerships and alignments with yourself come in. Take time to feel joy and rejoice in the present. If you're not feeling joy, you're just leaving space open for this energy to keep influencing you, to keep having a pull on you. Understand that truth will shine through the lies. New commitments, new energy. This is the season of harvesting, but it's also the season to plant what you plan on utilizing in the next couple of months, right? So rejoice after the darkness. The darkness is clearing up. The light is shining through here for you. We're going to get into the Hocus Pocus, I believe it's called Hocus Pocus, Oracle by V. And then we're going to get into the Witch Becomes Her, Oracle by V. Let me make sure these cards are separated. There we go. I just keep it. Maybe somebody's name is Roxanne, or Roxanne's your favorite song. It could be that your spirit guides have been playing that song already. I always tell you guys, when you hear songs, don't get caught up so much sometimes on what you remember it meaning or standing for, right? Those days are over. You don't have to sell your body to the night, Roxanne. That could be like, those days are over. You don't have to keep putting yourself in a dark, doom and gloom, depressed state. It doesn't have to be about walking the street. You know, the whole walk the street for money thing could be beating the ground all the time, trying to hustle. So much so that you can't even enjoy when you do have a successful moment. This is about changing sometimes how you process things and the perspective of stuff. So that could be what Roxanne is coming in to mean for you here. You don't have to say stop to your dreams. You don't have to put on the red light to your dreams. You can actually go forward. You can move forward. We have closet, watching, hiding, jump scare. You see what I'm saying? There's this intimidating energy around you that makes you feel like you have to stay stuck, like you can only appreciate things from afar here. But you're being told, it's time to go, it's time to move. Now, you might have to be secretive about how you move in certain spaces, but moving is a must. Moving is a must. There's some type of lie. What did I tell you? Like, whatever lie, in fact, I'm going to put this over here because it's like whatever lie has been hidden and tucked away, the new dawn is going to break through it. So it's best for you to have your eyes actually open to see it and feel it and sense it than to keep trying to play blind to it. There's something about that. I keep hearing that I wouldn't talk down to you. We have sexual innuendo, double meanings to things, and considering like what the song is here, whatever this partner is here in this Two of Potions, this could be a person trying to get your attention and like leaving innuendos and clues, but there's another intimidating energy that distracts you, be it somebody that you were talking to before, maybe it's an ex, whatever it is. It feels like it could be a masculine energy, but it could also just be a feminine that's very controlling, very maybe conniving and manipulative, okay? And that's posing an issue here. There's a lot of innuendo happening in the space by the time you get to that Two of Cups. So I feel like your talents, the Two of Cups, and the commitment energy is somebody else wanting to be committed with you and wanting you to feel some humor, wanting you to enjoy the moment, but you get lost in maybe memories of the past dealing with this energy. Or if it's a relative, you get distracted from having fun because you're always tripping over what they're thinking or what drama they're going to put you through. And it's like, nah, don't waste your time with that. There's positive energy coming in here for you. Be mindful though, because I'm hearing be mindful of a sneaky snake. Somebody who's trying to be maybe a little too playful with you. They could be acting like, oh, I'm just your friend, or I'm just telling you these things for your own good. Again, this Emperor energy, like I'm telling you what to do and you should do it because it's for your own good. And maybe once upon a time, some of the things they said seemed like it made sense. It seemed logical. Like, yeah, well, that makes sense to do. Sneaky snake mentality. If your instincts are telling you, I don't care how logical that sounds, I don't care how cute the date might be or how funny the innuendo was, something here don't feel right, keep it moving, keep it pushing. Go on about your business. I don't care if it's an ex, if it's somebody that you are currently dealing with and you've been having issues, whatever this is. I feel this energy of like you needing to be free. You have to free yourself. If somebody's taking away your joy, and mind you, they can only take it away if you allow it. So if they have that kind of power because you've been giving it over, whether it was willfully or unwillfully, this is your opportunity in the month of October to seize that back, to gain that power back. And this is timeless reading. So whenever you find this, just because I'm picking up on the energy of October doesn't mean that if you find this October of next year that this isn't here to help you in some capacity, right? So just be mindful. There's like trickery energy afoot around you. There's things in the closet. There's lies hidden somewhere, and you don't want to keep playing like you don't sense it or see it just because you're thinking, well, maybe it's my mind playing tricks on me. Now I feel like you've had some evidence of things put in your face. You've just sort of ignored them. And even though this says sexual innuendo, it doesn't have, we have the humor and the double meaning here. So it doesn't have to necessarily be oriented to a couple. It can just be somebody telling you things like it's for your own good, but really it's not. It's a trick. Somebody trying to act like some stuff is funny, but it's not. It's at your expense. For others, there's a humorous energy, a partnership tied into that Two of Potions that's trying to come in here and lighten the load, but you're distracted by this other person. So if this person gives you double meanings to everything, they lie a lot, the other individual is trying to bring you joy. That could be another way it's split up here for some of you. We have phone number, fake info, returned note, rejection. And look at that, there's the 555. Sometimes rejection is divine protection. See strength in it. Sometimes rejection is divine protection, and the other times that it's not, it's divine redirection. Okay, there's some type of energy you're not meant to be around. There's somebody trying to maybe benefit or again stifle you, make you use your talents for their behalf, and then you don't get nothing out of it. You just get depleted and drained. You don't have time for it. Yeah. Ooh, that resonates with that. I wouldn't talk down to you. That could be a lie. I wouldn't talk down to you, but I just told you how something you did isn't quite, you know, it's just, oh, why would you do that? And I'm like, you know what you should really do? You know what I'm saying? This could be anybody. Pay attention to the signs. Listen to your vibration. Apply it where it fits for you. Don't make it fit. Just open your intuition. You'll see it as clear as day. Somebody has intent here that is the opposite of what they're showing you. And if it's somebody that you're already dealing with or close with, it doesn't have to be a lover, but whomever. Remember, sexual innuendo could just mean the double meaning that they give you, the things that they're hiding from you and not letting you see. And you're being told, no, if it's draining your strength, if it's interrupting your joy, and it's not letting you see the light, it's time to come up out of it. And I do feel like it has something to do with your talents, with that 8 of pumpkins. And there's divine protection around you trying to give you redirection here. So I feel like you're being told to reject somebody. 555, call me never. That's what I just heard. We're going to get into the Witch Becomes Her. To finish this off, this is another one of V's decks, just like this one. Oh, I'm done. Intuitive Witch, I'm done. Higher self, divinity, manifestation. I said what I said. That's like a mic drop moment right there. We have herbalist, we have meditation again, in astral projection. Yeah, stop playing like you don't see. You see, we have manifestation and we have meditation, and I feel like the manifestation and meditation flow together here. And then we have astral travel. You've been shown some stuff by your higher self and a higher divine energy. And I keep seeing words multiply on these cards. I keep seeing meditation multiply under manifestation here, and I'm seeing manifestation multiply under meditation. Somebody wants to use your gifts to their benefit, but it's like tapping you dry. And for a while, you might have allowed it. Maybe you thought, oh, this is, you know, I'm just helping a friend, I'm whatever. But deep down, you knew, no. Deep down, you knew something was off. Something didn't make sense. Your higher self, it's been communicating with you and telling you, there's something that needs to be purged here. Something has to be purged. You guys might deal in herbs. You could be someone that works with herbs a lot. Herbal teas. Maybe this person asks you. I'm seeing somebody say, can you make me that thing you make? Somebody might ask you to make things for you, but they don't really pay you. They want you to make things. They tap in. They ask you advice and all this other stuff. But if what I'm doing right now, like me, it's your work, right? It's like they come to you and they want to talk to you about private things, and they expect you to go into detail and give them like all these solutions and answers, but they're not paying you for that service. They're not even giving you a thank you for that service. They're just taking, stifling. I keep hearing it, stifling. Like trying to constantly persuade you to do things that you really don't want to do, shouldn't do. And I feel like when you are in your dream states, or when you're in like the waking dream states where your eyes are open but you zone out, you project to places and you see things that this person is doing. I feel like you also see whatever this energy is that's coming together. 2 of Potions, other than you coming together to yourself, it's like putting something together. A person coming towards you that'll help you put things together. You could be picking up on this energy too, and it's like this vibration tries to stop it. If this is your own self, if this is you being controlling, you being intimidating, you're blocking a blessing here, and you're being told, get right, act right, get right. Don't keep blocking your own blessings and then crying about it later. So if somebody's name is Roxanne, or they keep hearing that song, it's a music. Vibration, harmony, frequency. You don't have to put on the red light. Those days are over. You don't have to sell your body to the night. Roxanne. Like, put on the red light. Like, it keeps playing. But it's like playing in sections for me. So I would recommend listening to that song while meditating and seeing what vibrations channel through to you about how it's contributing to your situation. Somebody here could be dealing with a relationship with a lover that's going sour, and there's a new energy coming in. For some of you, that this person's energy is someone else, but you're still close to them. Like you have some type of maybe blood relation or deep bond connection to them. However, it's turned real karmic. It's not just, it's not true anymore. And you've got to allow yourself to have the strength to tap into your joy. And if that joy is telling you, hey, I got to leave this person behind, so be it. You did have the numbers of change, stability, and putting into practice, putting into work in this message as well. Pile 1, that was your reading. I pray that it resonated for you. Peace, love, and light, beautiful soul. All right, Pile 2, my loves, you chose this Organite. First, we're going to roll some dice for you, and then we'll get into your message. We're actually going to put the Horror Tarot to the side because we're going to actually channel that for the treat energy. We will be using the Corrupt Tarot to dive into what type of trickery energy you might have to purge or cleanse around your space. I'm going to be blunt in saying, Pile 2, there is heaviness with many of you who chose this pile. However, October will be the month of transformation for you. I've been saying for a long time that the Libra season and the Scorpio season is of significance, and I feel like those of you who chose this pile, the Scorpio season is significant because of the transformation it's going to represent for you. Could be in your chart, doesn't have to be, but there is for some of you, the transformation's already been taking place, and I feel like you need to acknowledge it. For others, it's a complete metamorphosis. It's looking in the mirror and going, who are you? I like you. Oh, you can stick around. And it's just you looking at yourself and realizing the changes that you've made. But there is like some tiredness that was happening for this collective for a while. You were getting kind of tired with some things. We're going to dive into it though. Let's roll the dice first. Get your numbers. We have, make sure my camera's focused, 10, 17, 2, 1, 3, and which way is this one trying to go? I think that's going on 30, right? Yeah. So you could take that 30 down to a 3, 3 and 3, that's 6. Something's coming into harmony as you get into motion here. We also have 11 up here, which is also 2. 2 and 2 is 4. Balance. 1 and 7, 17. Number 8, funny. I channeled 17 in the other reading, so if you feel compelled to watch one, there could be a reason why. And then we have 1 here as well. Beginning, new beginning. We're going to put your dice over here, and we're going to shuffle the Corrupt Tarot and get into what type of trickery energy may be afoot around you, or just something you need to purge. Like, think of it like shadow work. I'm hearing a song, but I want to, before I go into it, I want to see what comes out here for you guys. All right, for pile 2, what's afoot? What trickery is afoot? What corruptive energy needs to be cleansed for you guys? Okay, that's too many. There's a lot of heaviness, a lot of heaviness. Something played on your faith here, pile 2. Yeah, we have the Hierophant and the Devil energy here. And the Chariot. Oh my gosh, you got all measures. All measures. You got the Hierophant, the Devil energy. Notice how it's like 2 beasts pinned against each other. One seems more rapacious than the other. The other's kind of like, I'm calmly trying to take you out, and this one looks like it's trying to plead for a reason to exist. I'm going to dive into that. Someone lost faith in a person or faith in a situation, and now it's hard to have the willpower that's necessary, or it has been. For some of you, I feel like there's been, there have been some silver lining, but it's like I'm hearing I take 10 steps forward, and I feel like something drug me 10 steps back, like something pulled me backwards. I'm hearing many rivers to cross, but I can't seem to find my way over. wondering I'm lost as I travel along the white cliffs of Dover. It's something like trial after trial after trial. Quite frankly, you are done with going through trials. You need something that can keep you going. For some of you, where you feel like, well, I've been good at maintaining my momentum, but sometimes I do feel like I'm lacking direction or the focus that's necessary in my direction. And that's coming from this eternal conflict, like feeling stuck in a constant battle. Many rivers, many roads to get over, many rivers to cross, trying to figure it out. That song speaks of pride, and I'm hearing that verse too. Something with pride that's gotten in the way of progressing forward. And Spirit is like, you need to have more appreciation for the fact that you've survived things that, quite frankly, others didn't have the capacity to. There's not enough recognition to that. Sometimes, Pal 2, you are more focused on what the problem is than the solution. And all that does is wane on your faith. It makes it hard for you to have the willpower you need to maintain direction. Because right now, the Chariot, that's what it feels like. Like, I know there's something I need to do, but I feel like I'm fighting a losing battle. I feel like when I'm on my path, I'm not balanced enough and everything's going a different direction. There have been major events, Pal 2, that has happened for you that waned on your faith and made you have to challenge yourself, like an inner, let's say there's a side of some of you that you didn't like, you know, a part of you that when people push you to the edge and it comes out. We have both Taurus and Capricorn energy here. They can be very, you know, once Taurus sees red, that's about it. Once the bull comes out and is ready to charge, it is what it is. And there might have been times you did things you weren't proud of, and or participated in things you weren't proud of. And you've been working on purging that and healing that. And again, you made progress. You were getting ahead. And then it's like certain energies or people come around you and it seems like they want to drag you several steps back. Like they're trying to plead to maintain having their control over you. I don't, you know, images change for me when I'm channeling, and what I'm seeing here and what I'm hearing is this beast is trying to be persuasive to the other, like, you and me are the same. We come from the same place in the background. Like, you can't leave me, you can't exist without me. And it's all a reflection of the inner turmoil that you need to come out of, that you need to allow yourself to realize. It's not about gaining the victory, it's about realizing you already have it, but you don't feel supported. Someone in Pal 2 doesn't really feel supported in what they're trying to do. Take what resonates for you in this energy, because there's a heaviness here. For many of you, you just feel like you do a lot of things alone, and you're trying your best to not be influenced in a negative way, like to not get depressed and discouraged by how much you feel you do by yourself. Before we dive deeper into that, let's get into the treats and rewards here, because this is already trickery energy. You know, this waning of your faith, that's something trying to, I mean, literally you have the Hierophant and the Devil card back to back. Something trying to make you feel like you have to be in false commitments. Something that's trying to make you feel like there's not a higher power watching out for you, keeping you safe, so that you can be derailed and feel defeated or feel like you're in too much conflict for success. Right? But that's an illusion that they're trying to give you. That's why this homie right here is trying to tell, yeah, you can't be without me. You and me are the same. We're the same thing. You can't exist. That's why they're doing that. Because the moment you wake up and you realize, wait a minute, I'm a multidimensional being that's already set in divinity, that was made by a higher creation to live my best life. Why am I settling for your effery? Why am I settling for depression right now? I can admit that I felt it. I can admit that I've done things I'm not proud of. But the same way I can admit that is the same way I can do different. There is nothing set in stone unless I choose to believe it is. Once you realize you have that kind of power, that kind of pull, who's going to F with you? Who can F with you? Nobody. Because you'll start walking in your own grace, in your own divinity, in your own light. It's not about acting like you haven't had a sin, haven't committed a sin, or haven't been sinned against. But it is about realizing that there's a stronger power in those lessons that you can learn to go forward. You've already won the war. the battle ain't shit, to put it bluntly. Somebody needs to hear it like that. Someone's trying to pretend, like, influence you to go back and forth into little bickeries, or there's this inner madness within you that's just trying to tempt you to stay on a negative thought process or in a negative way of thinking or acting. But it's all because there's a part of you and or individuals around you who are afraid of you standing in your real power, and you realizing that you at any given point in time can move on, and that you will move on. So they want to disrupt that ride as much as they can. You're already triumphant though. The battle was won before it started. The war was won before it was even thought of. Let's get into these rewards here that are coming in for you during this month of October, because this feels like it's been going on for a hot minute. Let's get into what October's bringing in. We have the Page of Swords. Somebody about to have a whole new Four of Wands. Somebody about to have a whole new experience from what they're used to. And the Seven of Wands. A lot of fire energy for you with this. So Sag season can also be of importance. That is the next fire energy that we move into, is Sagittarius season. Sagittarius season is about that drawing back of the bow. With the Page of Swords here, I feel like somebody just found the key, or you're about to find the key. You've been feeling locked out, lost, too many rivers. Well, you're about to find the perfect ship, the perfect boat, whatever it is that you need to get to where you gotta go. I'm hearing this. What about those ideas that you had? You've already had these ideas of what you need to do, but you've been constantly laying it down, thinking it's not good enough. It's not good enough. It is good enough. You just need to get more determined about what you're going to do with it. There's information coming into you of how to get over this energy, of how to show this energy. No, you thought you had me beat, but in reality, you're not effing with me. For real, for real. We have the Four of Wands. Okay. This is feeling like you taking center stage in your life. Something didn't want you to do that. Wanted you to stay down, lay down, know your place kind of vibe. You and me are the same. You can't exist without me. And again, this could be inner turmoil. This could be a negative side of yourself, like old depressions, old connections, whatever. And it's showing up in the form of people, places, and situations. I always tell you guys, where your thoughts go, energy flows. You will manifest out of that. You want to change what's happening in your life, then you need to change not only how you think, but what you do in response to what you think. You've got to take responsibility for that. If you can take responsibility and saying, okay, once upon a time I wasn't, then you can also take responsibility in saying, however, I can make that choice to turn over a new leaf and follow my destiny. And my destiny is going to lead me to where I need to be, which helps to mold me into realizing what I was supposed to achieve and how to achieve it. Is tapping into that core of your existence. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the core of your existence is not minimized to just your experience in this lifetime. This Page of Swords, this open line of communication right here, it's feeling like a key. And you see how he has this it looks like a little pair of scissors or something in his hand right here. I'm actually feeling like it's a key. And I also keep seeing somebody fixing the sleeves, like on a shirt, as if they're getting something tailor-made. Something for you in your life is tailor-made to only fit you, and can't nobody else take it from you. They can't wear that suit. They can't wear that shoe. It's giving me Cinderella vibes. The slipper is only going to fit one person. The outfits can only be rocked by one individual. This is tailor-made for you. And whatever it is, it's going to reveal itself. There's an idea that you have. No one can execute it like you. A billion people can have the same idea. I know that irks people. A bunch of people can have the same concept and idea for a deck, right? How many tarot decks exist in the world right now? The one that you may create doesn't. And it cannot be imitated, duplicated, or replicated. So what you waiting for? I'm hearing that. So what you waiting for? Tick tock, tick tock. That's what I'm hearing. We have the Four of Wands, like you taking center stage and getting in the right circles and around the right people that you need to. Can also represent a connection coming in for you, a balance. But I do feel like it's something about you getting praise with this energy. So you're not supposed to give up. Be mindful of this though. For some of you, I feel like you've been too guarded and that was blocking your blessings. It's not about you letting your guard down around this toxic-ish, but you might sometimes have new energy that comes in, and because you're used to that getting pulled back, you remember what I said about your thoughts affecting your reality? It's like, yeah, I might get this new position, but the last time that happened, womp, womp, womp. Come out of that womp, womp, womp energy. Because at that point, it's no longer going to be someone else's fault if you fail or don't succeed, when you are choosing to keep a certain thought process that ain't helping you. When you know that you're gifted, you can pick up on vibration very well. Some of you don't have a name for this. You're not used to being considered psychic or thought of as psychic. Not all people who check out readings are people who would even identify with being that. But my love, you do have intuition. You just choose to sometimes ignore it. And you're being told to stop it. I'm like seeing somebody pat you, like, stop doing that. Okay? Stand your ground where you need to. And I feel like that's right in line with that Chariot. Something's trying to distract you. Thunder is roaring as I say this right now. Confirmation. Something's trying to distract you and make you think that you can be so easily defeated. You cannot. Just when they think you're down for the count, you remind them, I'm the one standing at the top of the hill. You can't even reach here. You tried it though. You tried to knock me off my ride. You tried to discourage me. You tried to make the horses get confused. But at the end of the day, even if I was to get thrown from that, I'm going to get right back up. And look what happened. I landed on the very hill that I was supposed to be on. Now what? You know what I'm saying? There's literally thunder outside as I say this. Let's get into the Halloween oracle. It's very much giving, like Shango, Odin, Zeus vibes right now. It's the way the thunder sounds. It's coming in different ways, and each vibration feels like a different one of them. They all can represent the power of thunder when they do certain things, but it's thunder in different ways. Normally when I hear thunder and something along the lines of like an Odin and whatnot come out, I would think of a different deity, but I'm seeing Odin and I'm getting Zeus vibes and I'm getting Shango vibes, and none of them are people who play. Okay, so your protection or the triumphant energy that you're meant to tap into is not to be played with, but you got to acknowledge that it's even there. This be you masculine or feminine. We have exploring wildness. Do you not see do these trees not look like thunder to y'all? As this moon is in the background, a symbol of wholeness and intuition, breaking free of the illusion. What did I say about battling like an inner beast, and one side this one's trying to destroy that one, and that one's trying to plead its case. And it's like, no, you're being told to explore your wildness, but get rid of anything that is detrimental. Do not confuse wildness with just being like crazy, mean, or twisted or anything like that. But there's this need to break free. Like, I got to get out of this energy. It's not good for me. And just because something's trying to look like it's the same as me, we are not the same. I'm seeing that meme. We are not the same. Somebody here just wants support, like they just want to feel like they're not doing this all alone. That's what you're looking for a sign of. We have future. That's fortune. Looks like fortune. It's a little hard to see. Meets opportunity. And look at the cat eyes. Black cats in general represent magic. They represent magic. Now I find it funny. We have this gathering, you taking center stage here, and then we have opportunities coming in. The key being unlocked, a higher level of faith getting channeled and tapped into. There's a fortune coming to you. There's a new future coming. You just got to be prepared for it and ready to go when they say move, when they say it's time. I feel like this actually goes over here. Even though it's giving me that key vibe, I feel like it goes over here. It aligns with that whole you're stronger than you think you are. Even if you're the last one standing, that's because you were supposed to be. And honestly, none of the others are competition. Whatever mountain you're on whatever hill, you know how they say, people say, and that's a hill I'll die on. Well, you're not meant to perish on it, but you are meant to stand in that position and look down and see all of the opportunities before you that otherwise you couldn't see, because you were always you were always kind of looking down at your feet from a low position. So all you could see was the concrete, the ground, the many rivers. You weren't standing on top of the hill where you could see the vast land. And now you're being given that opportunity. Hopefully this is making sense for whoever this is for, because that's how it's channeling in. We have winter, the sacredness of pausing. So winter, you have your autumn season coming in to help you clear out this ish here, so that you can unlock these keys. And then when winter comes, it's going to be your chance to rest before you activate in spring again. So what I'm gaining from that is like something in your life takes center stage during the autumn season, Sagittarius season, again being of importance here with the way these two wands came out. I kept seeing the bow drawback, right? You may have to pause before you fire some things off though, right? Information's coming towards you. Very, very serious information's coming your way. It's giving me something again that you could use towards the future, like a Aquarius kind of energy that I'm channeling from that. It's giving me Aquarius vibes, new ways of communicating, new ways of getting information, new ideas, being innovative. That's what I'm feeling. Getting curious and feeding the curiosity, but the right way, right? And then with the Chariot, it's finally moving forward. It's giving me Wheel of Fortune vibes as well. You know, Cancer energy is coming off of that. So being able to tap into your feelings and really care for stuff as you move forward and accept your triumphant. These are the energies that I'm channeling. And then we have this sacred pausing in winter. So if some things slow down in winter, don't see it as you being pulled back. It's just that some things need to gather up in order to maintain the momentum when spring comes again, because once you shoot off, there's no stopping. You're not going to have a chance for a break. Okay, let's get into the last two oracles, and we're going to be using these cards for this. We're going to start with this deck and then end off in that deck. I feel like a lot more stuff wants to channel out for you guys, but it's it's a collective reading, and I can't dedicate like just a whole hour to group 2 right now, but it's feeling like a lot more things want to channel out. You felt abandoned, but you're not alone. I keep hearing that part of this song. My baby left me and he didn't say why. In the original, it's my woman left me and she didn't say why. But whether it be a lover or just feeling like people always just leave me hanging, like I do this by myself, I'm moving by myself, you're really not. You almost couldn't survive for the sake of your pride. Put your pride aside, and if it's something that's hindering you, tap more to sacred pride. Sacred pride is the acknowledgement of the people and the places and the things that contribute to your success, and taking so much joy and pride in knowing that you're a part of that group and that group is a part of you. If you haven't found them yet, they're around you. You just have to be open so that when they come in, you don't have up such a strong guard that you can't see them. It's about rising above your haters, in a sense, and opening the gates for those people who wish to reach their hand out with you and help you soar in the sky to come towards you. Hopefully that makes sense, because that's how I'm channeling the wording right now. From the singer who did the cover of Many Rivers to Cross, I'm hearing her other song, there are hills and mountains between us, always something to get over. If I had my way, surely you would be closer. I need you closer. Don't be afraid to tell people who want to support you and want to see you take center stage that you need them close, or that you need that vibration. Yeah. Into these arms of mine. Yeah, I'm hearing get here if you can. I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can. That's what I'm hearing. So if you add those two songs together, in both of them there's the mention of rivers to get over. Then there's the mention of mountains to get over, like things to finally free yourself of, to no longer feel bound to and like you have to keep arguing with yourself about it. No more inner battling. Instead, you reach where you're supposed to be. You also allow space for those who mean you well to come in and support you. This isn't about getting wrecked by the storm. It's about realizing that you are the storm. And what will you do with that power? How will you direct it? What change are you going to bring about in your own life? I feel like someone's also calling to your energy, and it might be hard for you to see it when you're in like a depressive state or a down state. It can, not calling your energy for them to be codependent, but like a wake up. Like, can't you see your greatness? Like, wake up. Ooh, and as I hear thunder outside, we have drum set blowing off some steam. That's the part here that's standing out. Needing to get anger out of your system. Needing to get doubts out of your system. And I also feel like it's needing to sound the alarm that you're hearing that you have arrived. You know? Like, that's why I said it's interesting that I channeled the deities that I did. Especially when you think of Odin. Sometimes when people think of Odin, the rolling in of the clouds or the storm can be like drums going off. Somebody here may, you may resonate with working with that type of energy. But you got to work with it calmly. Like, explore the wildness, but don't be corrupted by the wildness. Don't allow yourself to mistaken wildness for deranged or twistedness. It's the best way I can word that right now. We have wealth. What did I tell you? Listen. It's time to take center stage, okay? It says colonial costume party, but I don't feel like this is about you having to dress up and pretend to be something you're not. I feel like this is you getting ready to accept those fortunes and opportunities that are rolling in. You may not think you're a big deal right now, but somewhere somebody does, and you need to be wild enough to express yourself and allow yourself to be free in that energy. Just remember, winter's gonna come with a period of like pausing, taking things slowing down a little bit. I'm done. The moment I see alchemy, and this is why they fear you, and this is why they want you to not have faith, because you're able to create what you need. You're able to turn metal into gold. Listen. Some powerful stuff going on in your life right now. Be mindful of your health. Winter, the pausing in winter also has something to do with taking care of your health in that meantime. Because again, when spring and summer come along, you might end up having like a lot of on the goes, and you want to be able to keep your health. So if some of you've been dealing with a lot of heart problems and a lot of headaches, somebody here gets really bad headaches, especially when this energy is around, then you're being told to listen, get into the natural remedies, see what, if you need to see a doctor, do what you got to do to get yourself prepared, because once you're going to be on the move, you're not going to want to have anything that just comes in and stops you. But somebody's definitely alchemizing. We're going to get into the other deck from V. We have left-handed witch, taboo, no rules, a rebel. Like I said, who's messing with you? Who can stop you? Somebody here writes with their left hand, or they're capable of writing with their left hand. The left hand is also your receiving hand. So when you are working with your cinnamon spells, or you're doing different things like that, work with that left hand when you want to receive and pull something in towards you. Okay, but yeah, it's time for you to receive your blessings. It is time. We have gypsy. Ooh, the traveling is standing out to me really strong, because what? You're moving beyond the bull. It's time to get beyond the BS. Levitation. Didn't we talk about people coming along that can help you rise into higher vibrations? You're going places. You got things to do, people to see. You don't have time to be stuck in this energy right here, darling. So just understand that this month, it's here to encourage you for that. And we have baby witch, beginnings, curiosity, and excitement. Remember with that page? that Page of Swords was about. Bam. I feel like that summarizes everything that I said up to this point. So, Pal 2, my darling, your reading was really intense. There was some heaviness here for some of you, but you're going to get through it. Trust yourself, believe in the process, stay in tune, listen to the signs. They're being put in front of you all the time. Peace, love, and light, beautiful souls.
Hey, 3. What will it be? Let's see.
There's a song I'm channeling for y'all. I haven't moved the dice out the way to roll them, so these are not your numbers. We're gonna roll your dice. But the song I'm hearing for y'all is a classic, and yet I couldn't help but like go, what the deuce at the same time. We're gonna get into, this is the Dark Woods Tarot. We're gonna move it over though, because we're getting to your treats when it comes to this, the rewards for the month of October. We're going to use the Corrupt Tarot to get all of the trickery out the way. But first, let's get into your dice, darling. For you, Pal 3, we have 8. Make sure the camera is focused. We have 8, 8, 0. Ooh, 0, 0. Make sure I see that that's a 0. 1, 14, which is 5, and 3. So life path numbers, synchronicities, these numbers contribute to your message. Check them out, look them up for their Hebrew meaning, and so on and so forth. Okay, this is the, gosh, I love how that sparkles. Pal 3, you're sparkling, darling. So again, let's get into the trick energy first. In fact, I'm gonna leave that sitting in view. I feel like Pal 3 might have to get a couple of things in order here. It's not like a huge scatterbrain energy, but it is a little like, I need to focus. You might have some fears and some doubts that have been creeping up on you every now and then when you least expect it. Don't run from it, just face it. Don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of the metamorphosis and the balance. Like Libra season this month is so magnetic and abundance. I'm telling you, manifest while you can, darling. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Start the process, get her done. At the same time, I'm also picking up the significance of Scorpio season heading into Sag for this group as well. So you may also resonate with one of the other 2 pals. Okay, but let's get into the corrupt energy or the trickery at foot for Pal 3. Let's get that out the way. So many things wanted to flip. We have 10 of Wands. We have the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Okay. With this 10 of Wands, I'm feeling more so like, I'm trying to word this correctly. It's kind of like using the burdens as an excuse, like building like a wall to not go forward with some things. So you remember how I was speaking to some doubts might be creeping in for you here, Pal 3. Like sometimes you just kind of feel like a fear creeps up on you or a nervousness, and instead of sometimes facing it and dealing with it on the spot, you might sometimes put it in the back burner. The 10 of Wands is feeling like that person is actually kind of clinging to their burdens, like, no, you can't take these away from me, they're mine, I need them to function. But really they're not helping you function, they're just weighing you down and making you feel sick. There's a heaviness on the chest, but I'm mainly picking up kind of feeling like the weight of the world, like I have so many things to do, so many things that are on my heart, but then so many things that are like on my back too. I don't know where to focus, and that energy confirms itself here with the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. You know, instead of the King of Cups being in this energy of understanding and being in this energy of I communicate my desires and I know where they come from. I've mastered some things. He's in a more corrupted vibration. So there's more of this, I actually don't know what I'm doing. I'm finding it really hard to give a ish about other people right now. And a lot of this is coming from those fears that creep up, those doubts that creep up, if you keep those wands close to your heart like that, it's like you're closing off your heart. You're closing off the good energy that can come your way. Now, this doesn't mean that you're a cold-hearted individual, but you might be finding yourself sometimes being very, I'm hearing the word disingenuous at times for some of you. I mean, you got to be real with yourself if that's what's happening. You got to be real. But for some of you, it's like you're not being as honest with your true feelings as you could be. You're hiding them. You might be pretending to be more of a meanie or a monster, but deep down you're actually a kinder person. But it's all because you have such a heaviness on you, so many responsibilities, that it's weighing you down. The King of Pentacles here is not showing off any coin. He doesn't have any fresh fruit around him. He's a freaking skull and bones at this point. So somebody here is also not taking the best care of themselves. Ten of Wands is confirmation of that as well. Not physically taking the best care of yourself and suffering the consequences of that. You've got to turn this energy around. Okay? Stop eating things that aren't good for you. Somebody just needs to hear it like that. No excuse, no other stuff. Somebody's diet here needs to get better. But for someone else, it's kind of like, you know how the King of Pentacles can be a very, responsible person and all this stability. Someone doesn't feel that stable. Someone's not feeling that stable. Now, the trick of all of this, it's all an illusion, because you only need to do maybe one or two things to change that energy all around. It's feeling so heavy. It's feeling so exhausted. You're not taking proper care of your health. Some of you here in Pile 3, you're not being as honest about what you're feeling. You might be sometimes putting your feelings on the back burner to please others. Sometimes you might be really mean to some people when you really want to be more inviting. But it's like, damn it, I just don't have the capacity. That's all an illusion. It takes one or two, maybe three, because we do have three things out here, steps to change that can completely redirect this energy. So I feel like October is warning you here. Don't take on a whole bunch of burdens and investments that right now you just don't have the capacity for. Don't hold on to toxic things just because they're familiar. Don't lie to yourself either. Don't hide your true feelings and try to seem like the mega boss when you don't need to. You just don't need to. You don't have to do that. Okay, some people you may not want to trust, and you're going to need to trust your intuition on whether or not that energy is in the right place as well. But don't deceive yourself, and don't be disingenuous with other people. It has a backlash to it. This could also be the energy of somebody around you in your space, but right now I'm being moved to read it like it's your energy. And with that King, be honest if the ground beneath you right now isn't feeling stable, because typically that means that whatever you were trying to build there, it's not going to work. You need better supplies. You may need a whole new location. This is a metaphor, but it's like if you're constantly trying to support something that just doesn't, it's not meant for you to support it, then move on, because all you're doing is depleting yourself. You're wasting yourself away. I just talked to a friend about this, and I'm going to tell you what I'm hearing right now. I literally just said this to somebody. You might be having people around you that are constantly adding to your burdens. You take them all on because you feel that you're responsible. Keep in mind that a lot of times the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles can have like a father type energy or a parent type of vibration, right? Typically single parent. So some of you here could be a single parent. You get overwhelmed, and that overwhelm sometimes might make you lash out, or it might make you hide what you truly feel. It closes you off. So then you find yourself smiling in the face of people that you really want to cuss out, right? And what does that do? It physically depletes you. You end up not taking the best care of yourself. You don't eat right. You don't, you just like probably not eating at all sometimes. It's like somebody's like slowly deteriorating. But it's happening because the energies are going out into spaces they don't need to be. I'm seeing two set of eyes looking at me right now. Like somebody's watching you suffer and not doing a damn thing about it. You might know who that is already, and that could be the very person you're trying to take care of and build a foundation with that you're just not meant to. It doesn't have to be a lover. It's just like there's not stable, solid ground here. These are the kind of individuals that will bleed you and bleed you completely dry and then ask you how you died. And I'm gonna let you sit with that for a minute. People that will bleed you dry. And then ask you, how did you die? How? How did it happen? Come about that energy. Come about that frequency. Right now, you in this moment, come on up out of it. You don't need to be in that vibration. You don't need to be in that setting and or situation. If it's something that you're like, first of all, don't say I can't just move right now. Don't even put can't in your vocabulary. Start working towards the solution. I always tell you guys, if you put as much energy into the solution and working and doing that as you can put into the woe is me or the I can't seem to do, you could get ahead a lot quicker. And that's just being, you know, raw with some honesty here for some of y'all right now. Don't fear the change. Don't fear the metamorphosis. If it means that, you know, if this is your vibration, because again, for some of you, it could be somebody around you and it's weighing you down. But if this is your vibration, don't fear the change that's coming that's going to help you out of this just because it's familiar. Ten of Wands can represent burdens that people keep because they feel familiar. They feel obligated to carry them from point A to point B back and forth all the time. You don't have to do that. I'm hearing the song that I was talking about. It's a classic. It's Don't Fear the Reaper. The all our time has come here, but now they're gone. Seasons don't fear the reaper, nor do the wind, the sun, or the rain. Don't fear the reaper. We can be like they are. Baby, take my hand. Baby, I'm your man. It's that energy. It's like, seasons don't fear the reaper. Why are you? Why are you fearing this change? You know, why are you allowing for that to creep up on you and discourage you to the point that you're holding on to things you should be releasing and letting go? Tens are about ending. Let go, release it, or make it come full circle, right? And something needs to come full circle, but there has to be a release first. This is the release. Okay, some people are acting like they are here to support you and love you, but they're bleeding you dry. And then you might find yourself in turn doing your own, not necessarily bleeding people, but like being mean or distant or whatever. When truth be told, you just need to get away from individuals who make you feel that kind of energy, so that you're not sitting there like, I don't know how I got in this vegetative state. I keep hearing that dun, 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 la 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 la. I recommend listening to that song. It don't have to be from a lover's perspective. It's just something about facing your fears, accepting change. All our times have come. I guess they want me to shuffle this your fortunes to that song. Let's get into your treats. Your treats are your rewards, your fortunes, and in most cases the solution to your problems, or a starter point. So let's see. All our times have come here, but now they're gone. Seasons don't fear the reaper, nor do the sun, the wind, the sun, or the rain. Don't fear the reaper. So we have... No, you did not just get what... Yes, you did. Oh my gosh, y'all. Hold up. First of all, you got the Ten of Wands again. Dos. Okay? Dos. Pause. Then you got the Page of Wands. What? And as if that wasn't crazy enough, like I didn't just mention the importance of Sag season, which is the next fire season we're entering, you got the Ace of Wands. Listen, let this go. Confirmation. Let it go. You see how there's like one wand that this person's holding in their hand to kind of like light a path with as they got the others. And I always tell y'all, pay attention to like where the wands are. Instead of these being on her chest, they're behind her, putting the burdens behind you to let them go. Get them off your chest, get them off your back. It's more now like she's taking them somewhere to purge herself of them instead of carrying them just for the sake of doing it. Like she's going through the dark woods to say, you know what, I'm gonna get rid of all of this ish. Why? Because now She's more optimistic and curious about the adventure ahead of her, instead of being so concerned about, I gotta stay gloom and doom and mournful and sad and miserable. Like, no, it's time for that to come to an end. The goal, like the point that you need to be at to let go of all of this, it's closer than you think it is. We're seeing her from the front view, but I'm getting the vibe that wherever you needed to put those things down at, it's right in front of you. It's like a few paces ahead of you. It takes one action, one change of thought. I don't need to hold this. I can release it. Bam. Now the ability to release it is activated. You know, people are trying to bleed me dry, and it's making me act out of character, or it's making me feel like I got to conceal my feelings because what if they try to take advantage of them? Then you shift that into thinking, hey, you know what? First of all, I'm a magical being. I don't have to tolerate this. I don't have to tolerate this. I can actually go out and explore a whole new world without these people. The pages can be about the realizations of things. And the Page of Wands realizes, wait a minute, there's far more excitement out there than there is here. Let me take my behind on somewhere and get going. I want to explore. I ain't got time for this ish over here. I gotta go. I got work to do. I got their wand in their hand, like I got spells to cast, and not in the sense of jinxing or cursing people, but in the sense of like tapping into wonder, tapping into whimsicalness, tapping into your magic, your creativity, your spark, and being optimistic about the journey ahead now, instead of that depressed mode that came from this, I'm just bleeding dry. Nope. First of all, can't catch me. That's what I'm hearing. Can't catch me. It's time to get to work on what truly is lighting your fire, and not letting it burn out because you're in the corner just wasting away, deteriorate. Nah, get excited again. Get happy again. The Ace of Wands can represent all of the fire signs. It can also represent the changing of the seasons as well. So a lot of times the aces can also carry other signs from other suits. But what I'm picking up right now is a heavy Aries energy. Like, I am powerful. I am the fire. I am the spark. I don't need no gasoline. I'm an eternal fire. I'm like the burning bush here, people. Like, you know what I mean? That's a complete different energy than this, I'm wasting away. What did I say before? 3 simple steps can change this whole vibration right here. Somebody trying to use you, you go, first of all, you can't catch me. Second of all, deuces, I'm out. I gotta go. I just had an epiphany. I had a realization. And that realization says, I don't need to be here. You don't need to be where you're not appreciated, where your magic isn't valued, my love. Let's get into the Halloween Oracle, and then we'll finish it off with the 2 decks from V. October 10th, really important. Sag season also really important for y'all. I just heard that as clear as day. October 10th. So if there's like an event coming on October 10th that you were kind of nervous about, fearful about, whatever's meant to be with that will be, but it's going to depend heavily on your vibration and where your mentality is at the time. Trust your intuition, listen to your instincts on that. Could just be a really cool event happens on that day, but there is a change. Oh Lord, now I'm hearing winds in the east. That song, like something's brewing. I think is that Mary Poppins, the Chim Chimney guy, the Chim Chimney, Chim Chim Choo, but the other song where it's like speaking of something coming in, right? There's something coming in, and it might have felt ominous at first, or like you should be afraid. The trick is, it's actually something that's going to break you out of your shell. But you got to let go of these toxic energies here, which have been fooling you by making you think that, oh, you know, this is what you're supposed to hold on to because this is the norm. It's not the norm. Let it go. This is the energy that's compelling you to move forward. So we go from trying to hold on to finally being ready to release, to let go. I'm also feeling like somebody has to come out the shadows. We have Joy. You may resonate with another pal. Joy is the first card that came out. Rejoicing in the present. We have the Owl. Wise seeing, wise action. Boom. Say less. Especially underneath the Knight of Pentacles, whose energy you're trying to purge. Think of the bottom three as the purging of these energies to purify them. Give me one more. Too many cards tried to come out the first time. No, no, no. We're not taking that many. Give me one more. We have blind spots. So in trying to hold on to things you didn't need to, in out of, again, normalcy. Normal doesn't always mean it's organic or natural. It just means it's been normalized. It's something that's happened so repetitively you become used to it. You got to let that repetitive action go. It creates a blind spot that you don't need. You end up missing what you need to see, and you end up rushing to try to see what you're not meant to know yet. Because you're also meant to enjoy the present and not ponder and worry about what's ahead so much. Enjoy the present right now. You may resonate with another group. The owl, wise seeing and wise action here. So it's seeing from a different perspective and then moving on that. Owls represent a lot of knowledge. They also represent messages from the other side, from beyond the veil. All right, let's get into 2 decks from V, and then my love, number 3, you are done. My ring tried to come off my finger, so I feel like that's representing somebody detaching themselves from a situation that they thought they had to stay committed to. Whatever that situation may be, realizing it's no good and detaching themselves, taking off the blinders. We're gonna get into this deck. Oh, escape plan. Wow. First thing that stood out to me. Look at that. Look at how the energies just be confirming upon confirming upon confirming. Rescue, escape plan, hideout. Wow. Okay. We have black flame, candle, dark magic. I want you to look at these options here. Look at this. What were we just talking about? The black magic part feels like the bleed you dry, ask you how you died, right? But they can't stop your legend. Only you can. Only you can give somebody that much power. It's time to wake up and realize that you don't need to give anybody that much power. Don't fear the Reaper, right? Don't fear the Reaper? What does that really mean? Don't fear transformation. Yeah, it can mean don't fear death, but it means don't fear transformation. Don't fear the changes. The seasons don't, so why do you? I keep hearing that la 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 la. Okay, somebody here clearly resonates. I said spells earlier in magic, so somebody here clearly, you don't have to resonate with being witch, and there are many different practices that represent magic, shamanism, altogether, that type of thing. But here with the Salem energy, the history and the new home, is something about history and new home. I also feel like a lot of times you felt like you were on trial, and that's what brings in these fears of like, well, let me just stick to what my norm is. No, it's time to break free of that. No one can put you on trial but you. Only you can do the things or create the mentality that allows others to take advantage, manipulate, compile, burden upon burden upon burden. Only you can give that type of energy. If you don't want anyone to give that to you, you don't want to take that onto your person, then don't accept it. But there's some history here that has to be cleansed from your energy. And when you cleanse it, recognize that the lesson, the experience is the lesson is the blessing. It's not always, sometimes people get it confused and they think that the experience is what the blessing was. It's the lesson from the experience. Because quite frankly, you could have not had the experience and maybe you would have ended up in, different circumstance. But once something happens, once this thing is taking place, that's it. Where is the lesson? And don't look at it from an eye of burdensome. Don't look at it from an eye of grievance. Instead, look at it from the what did I learn and how can I utilize what I learned in the future. And you'll find more pleasant outcome, the more silver lining in that setting. That unstable place that you're at right now, you have the opportunity to take action, to activate that fire in yourself and go somewhere new. Like an actual new home. For some of you, it could be literally getting a new home. For others, it might just be finding you again. New parts of yourself that you didn't know were that powerful. And that's like a coming home to you, coming home to who you are. Let's close out your reading, pile 3. I feel like I'm getting winded at this point. I'm getting a bit winded with you guys at this point here. We got too many cards trying to come out at once. Electric Witch. Wow. Diversity, experimentation, and flexibility. I'm hearing that song again. Don't feel it. It won't go away. Each of these piles has songs associated with them, and I did not expect that. And what did I say about that Page of Wands? Energy, that like journey and that going beyond. Well, of course you would want to. Worldly energy. It says non-religious, and I'm hearing more so spiritual. Non-religious, more spiritual. Those are the, I'm only pointing out the ones that stand out to me for the energy that I'm channeling here. But if more of the phrases on the cards resonate for you, fine. We have Sigil Witch, weaving numbers and symbols. Did we not just do numbers? And did we not just talk about numbers being a sign? And with that weaving energy, your thoughts create your reality. You get to decide what you will and will not accept, my loves. You get to decide that. Both of these decks here belong to V from V Love and Crystals. I'm going to run the name of the collaborators on the screen, and I've been doing that for each pal as well. Once I get into channeling, sometimes I might forget to mention that, but their names are always scrolling on the screen, and make sure that you go into the description and you check them all out. Peace, love, and light, beautiful souls.
Get your copy of Love Confession Cyber Edition. Link in bio.